Welcome friends, welcome to Kiss Up Cards, Keep It Simple Stamping Up. I'm Mary Ann and I'm in Stampin' Up Independent Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you today with Tuesday template. So I have one template and I'm going to show you 3 cards, and this is my template. 3 strips and a center. I'll give you the measurements in my video, but that's what I'm going to show you. So let's get to my craft table. Right, I'm down here at my craft table and we are going to use this template, which I already showed you. So I'm going to take card number 1 and show you the simple card using this technique. So I have everything together. It's my gluing mat in case I need it. So I'm using the Charming Sentiments. That's all I'm using for stamping on here. I have my A2 card. Which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, because it's at 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. So that's my regular A2 card. If you're not sure how to cut it, go back to my previous videos on how to do that. Now I'm going to lay these strips. I made 1-inch strips. Oh, one's longer than the other. I think this was for the inside of the card. So I'm going to take the 1-inch strips. So these are 1 by 5. All right, let's get these glued down. This card layout. So I'm going to do the 2 outside pieces. I'll get back to the card layout. And I'll do those first, and then I'll do the center. So this card layout, I tell you, there are so many ideas out there. It was tough to narrow it down to 3. I could have brought you so many card ideas on this one. And just so many different ideas. Now this, I didn't make sure that I'm just looking at this and I think this, no, not really either. So they don't really match from cut to cut, but that's okay. All right, so now this is a 3 1/2 by 2 1/2 piece, and it's going to lay on here, and then this is going to be where our sentiment goes, is on this piece. Now we want to always stamp that first before we glue anything down, because if I make a boo-boo, magic of paper, I can flip it around. So I have my stamp set ready. I'm just going to I've used this stamp set a lot. Wishing you everything wonderful. Now I'm going to put it up near the top, and I think I'm going to put it on an angle. So every little bit of that font gets on there. Now remember just to let your stamp sit so the ink transfers to the paper. And I have found that I have 100% success rate in my stamping. And then I'm going to take some green ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around and use my Stampin' Seal for this. So then I don't have to wait for it to dry. So I just want it on the edge. I'm not going to wrap it all the way around. Cut that. And this is where I can go underneath, and I can just do a faux knot. I have to do it the other way because of the way I tie things. You could just do a faux knot like that. just have this like this. Don't even have to tie a bow. And that looks really good. All right, let's set this on here. Oh, cover my ink spot. How many of you were yelling at me? Ink spot. And then I think I have this for, I don't know what reason. Pop this on here. I could have done that with, I think I will. Dimensionals. So it looked good hovering over one in the middle so it doesn't sag. You could put it on the diagonal. You could put straight up and down. You know what? I like it on the diagonal. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to put some gem dots on, but I'll do that at the end when I do all the cards together with their gem dots. So there's card number 1. Fast and easy. Put a center in it. A card insert. Usually I like to stamp on this first. I haven't. Now you can always decorate the inside of your card as well. You could put this on the inside, up at the top, down at the bottom. I'm going to use this piece and put it over here. Just give it that layered look as well, just not quite to the edge. And there's card number 1. So there was the jumping off point. And it's beautiful. So now let's go on to card number 2. And that is this one. So these are my colors for card number 2. So I've got a black card base, I've got a white mat, a black mat, and on that black mat I'm going to put these. Now, you may have noticed something. This is shorter. So I liked these 3 colors together. I didn't have another color with this, and I'll show you how to cover that up. Or I could just put it in between like this. It doesn't really matter. So this is cardstock. So I used designer paper on the first one. This is going to be my sentiment tag. And what I'm going to do is just show you how to build stamping on a cardstock. So I have a little coffee cup. I am using Nothing's Better Than. And this is a $1 million stamp set as well, by Simply Simple Stamping. And I have followed her for a number of years. And so when I saw her, I loved it because she came up with coffee and cookies and chocolate and a drink, cocktails, and then her sayings could be mix matched, which is what I love, because then it really, it increases the value of this stamp set. So you will see I'm going to use today's plan, consume coffee. And then on the inside, I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. Or today's plan, consume coffee and be awesome. It's a coffee kind of day because adulting is hard. So you can just mix and match. And what I've done is inside the case is I've done just some stamping on plain paper to put the sayings together. Then I just made up a card front on just copy paper to have a template. You're just like cocktails, you make everything better. Today is a cocktail kind of day. Today is a chocolate kind of day. So a day without chocolate is like, just kidding, have no idea. So I just did that. You're just like cookies, you make everything better. So I just made up some ideas that I had seen or came up with, and just did a template of them and put them in my stamp set so I would have them close by. So right now we're going to use 3 things out of here. We're going to use the cookie stamp, the chocolate stamp, and the coffee cup. So get this out, get my black out. And I'm just going to stamp on the cardstock. Oh, I need my foam pad because this is an acrylic ink block. I sometimes, I think I hear you guys yelling at me, foam pad, foam pad. So you don't have to stamp right on. You can stamp off a bit. There's a coffee cup. I'm going to put one down here. This is the cutest stamp set. Oops. Okay, I gotta try to cover up that little bloop. All right. Clean that ink off, and then the cookie. So we're just creating our own design on okay, so I have to turn this one over. If you see, I put the cookie down, I lifted it up and put it back down, but not in the right spot. So I will put a cookie here. And then I'll go back to the teacup. Magic of paper. Love the magic of paper. Have you ever used up the magic of paper where you've used both sides? Made a mistake on that one and had to throw it out. So there was no redeeming it. Oh, I'm done the coffee cups. Okay, let's clean that off so we don't get it everywhere. Just a couple more cookies. And then I'm going to do the chocolate, which I just have my long block, and I have all 3 stamps, one at each end and one over the other side. So I'll just get the chocolate. Oh. There, so I've created my own design on cardstock. All right, so let's build this up. Again, this is just the same card as the first one. Gonna glue this white down. So this is just matting it now. So on the first card, we did not mat it, and you could just lay down one mat. But I'm gonna lay down a second mat. That's why this card design just had so many ideas to it that it was hard to narrow it down to 3, but I love how that breaks it up. Now I'm going to put the purple in the middle and down to the up to the top, I think, and then I'll show you how to cover that short piece and make that even again. So I'm going to do the 2 outside. I'm just going to measure, eyeball. So top and bottom is going to have more, and this is just going to have a narrower. And I'm going to do the same with this. This, again, is great for scraps. Really good for scraps. Any of these card layouts that I've done, I've gone through my scraps and used them up. All right, so I'm just going to put the sentiment across the top. Here we go. So now I'm going to do the sentiment, and I'm going to do it in Orchid Opulence. It's an old color I have, but it matches. It's a little brighter than the purple that I have on there, but it ties all the colors together. And my stamp pad, I had it ready. There it is. It's over here. Kind of got lost in the shuffle. Just ink my stamp pad. So this one is today's plan is consume coffee, and why the coffee cups, and then cookies and chocolate always go good with coffee. Okay, get this on my, and I'm just going to the left side a bit. Because I'm going to make a banner out of it. All right, now the other thing that's in this stamp set is a little star. So I think what I'm going to do is put this on here. There, that's cute. That dresses it up. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. This sheet is almost done. I don't need quite that many on here. Just to use it up, I can use it on the next card. Oh, I forgot to... Okay, I was going to make a banner, but then I changed my plan. And this can just go across the top. And you would never know that that purple piece is short. And that's how to do that. I'm going to create a scene with a picket fence, a farm fence. But I want to have a sun in the center, so I'm going to take my yellow. That's a perfect yellow, and I'm just going to do a circle in here, just like the sun is coming up. Doesn't have to be perfect, going to set one upside down just on my sheet of paper. And now I'm going to use Early Espresso, which I had re-inked on one of my previous videos. So you can go back to that and watch that, how to re-ink your stamp pad. Now it's good and dark. This is going to make a perfect fence. So I want it to go off the card, like the fence is going further. So there's one part. And this is the challenge with rubber stamps, is how to get that lined up. But you know what? I'm not too worried about that because that's where I can put the rooster to cover it up. So I can cover that part up. So that's not an issue. Now I just set that aside to stamp our rooster. It's got some cool looking shorts on for the morning. And I'm going to stamp him here. There we go. I do need to do my sentiment, but I'm going to stamp it directly on here. So I think I may put it up here. I think so. All right. So I'm using watercolor pencils. So the dots on his swimsuit are going to be green. And then his swimsuit will be kind of peachy, or yeah. I love the watercolor pencils. Now again, I have this from my scrapbooking days. These watercolor pencils, that looks cute. I'm going to do his eyes. In this color. They stand out. And then I'm just going to quickly color this in. Oh, I think I need red for his gobble gobble part. And you don't have to, with the watercolor pencils, you don't have to be particular about filling it all in, because it will get filled in. I'll do his belly this color as well, not the green. Oh no, that's the Gold Rush. Just do a little underbelly here. And then get some red for this part. All right, now I have, where's my water pencil? The one that I have filled with water. So here's my water pencil. And I want to squeeze down some water, but I don't want to be soaking wet. And then I just want to, this is what softens it up. It's like magic. It's so cool. And it doesn't matter if you go outside the lines. And you can see I'm not cleaning my pencil between hand. There we go. Watercolor. And then to clean your you just go, see how clean that is? It's like magic. It's wonderful. I love it. So now I'm going to fussy cut. There's our rooster all cut out. I'm going to move this paper because it's wet. Move this. I don't need that. So I have 3 thought I had 3. I have 3 strips. Where's my other strip? So I've got the saying on here. Now, when you do watercolor, your paper will be wet. It's getting drier now, but you want to wait till it's dry to cut it and everything. For the sake of getting this done this morning, did not do that. So this piece is all done. I've used every little bit of dimensionals on there. And this one I'm on, I want just a little piece for his head. I could use mini dimensionals as well, but since I'm cutting up little pieces, and then his feet. Not sure I can do his feet. This is a fun stamp set. You could do so many things with it. There we go. It's okay that his feet aren't done with dimensionals. And we're going to glue this onto here. Again, we're matting. And this again, your matting can be whatever size you want, but I went with 1/8 of an inch around here, which I'm beginning to really like the 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to pop this on dimensionals onto here. Oops, these aren't cut. Whoops. Heck, why won't that? It's like it's got backing on both sides. Whoops. There we go. Then we'll put this onto here. And there we go. Isn't that a fun card? You've got something to crow about. Again, that could be for anything. Your anniversary, your birthday. I'm going to make it a birthday card. And do that. So there we go. We had, clean this up a bit. Let's get really into it. So this was our jumping off point, 3 strips and a center. The strips were usually 1 inch by 5 inches, and this I made 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Again, you can use any measurements you want. You could make this a little longer. You could make them wider, which is what we did on this card. So that was our jumping off point. We did card number 1, just 3 strips on the paper, matted the sentiment, And so I'm going to get them all out, and we're going to put dots on this. Then we stamped on the cardstock and made our own designer paper. And then we made our own design using a stamp set. Still the 3 strips, but these are 1 3/8 by 5 inches. Really neat cards. So now let's get some of our gem dots out. Oh, this one has brown ones. That would be kind of cool. There we go. Let me fix that one up. I think this one I'm just going to leave as is. It's all stamped, and I stamped some little stars, so it is good. But this one I think I will. Oh, I've got these yellow glossy dots. They will pick up the yellow from the daisies really beautifully. There we go. So there we go with our gem dots. 3 cards. 1 template. So there we have it, folks. 1 template, 3 cards. Card number 1. I love angles. I love putting things off kilter. I just think it adds something to the card. Card number 2. And then I decorated the inside with a coffee cup. And I have to do the envelopes yet as well, so I will do the envelopes. And card number 3. So I used wider strips, put the card on the horizontal, did some fussy cutting and stamping and making my own design. And then I've decorated the inside of the card with that chicken wire. So there we have it. So really fun. This was one that was like really difficult to narrow it down to 3 cards. There were so many great ideas. So it's just a jumping off point, allowing you to just be creative and just to have fun making cards, and simple cards. Look how long did this take me. Yes, I had everything prepared ahead of time, and I like that idea as well, preparing everything so you're not doing it all in one fell swoop, so it feels, I like breaking things up into manageable components. And so preparing for the cards, this is just what I've learned in doing these templates, is preparing everything. So having my stamp set idea out, my colors, my paper, my cardstock, and just having it in a pile. And then I had 3 piles for each of those cards. Well, I tell you, that has been, and then the next day, so I did that on Saturday. I got all of the components together, and then Tuesday morning I sat down and created the cards. Well, breaking it up into 2 separate components has really helped me to really enjoy the process even more. I love the process of card making, but I even enjoy it more. I don't know how that's possible, but by breaking it down into components so it doesn't feel so long and so laborious, and if card making can feel that way, but I just find it adds to my creativity. I hope that makes sense to all of you. It's just breaking it down into components. So that is 1 template, 3 cards. Now our June special with Stampin' Up is any of the suites. You can look online and you can see what the suites are, or if you have a catalog, look through the catalog. any of the suites, if you purchase one, you get another one for 50% off. So it's like a BOGO sale. I think that is it. So it's a really neat way of adding to your stock as well. I love sales. It's wonderful. Now in those suites, you don't have to buy the full suite. You can break it down if you want just paper from one suite and paper from another suite. You can get one at full price and one at 50% off. So you can break it up as well. So but only what's in the suites. So a suite, it would say a suite, and you would know, there wouldn't be any question about it. So check it out. Go to my online store, start looking through what they have for card making. The ideas are, oh my gosh, they're just unlimited. It's incredible. I often buy stamps that I like, or that I think, oh gee, I have a loved one or someone I know that likes dragonflies or likes biking or likes this, so I think I'm going to get that card. And so that helps me to build my cards while I'm going along. So I don't want to buy a stamp set that I'm never going to use. I want to buy one that I am going to use. And this crow one, I've used it a couple of times, but it is so whimsical and can be used for so many things that it's really, really cool as well. So, Tuesday template. Thank you for joining me. I love spending time with you. And join me for Thursday tip time. I'll bring a new tip to you. And just share kindness. This world needs it. One card at a time.